Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on the Simple Car Guy channel. Today we are jump starting this BMW 335 using this NEXPOW smart jump starter that's small enough to fit into your glove box compartment but powerful enough to start an 8-liter diesel engine. There's a lot more to this device, so let's see what comes in the box and what else it offers on top of starting cars. Looking in the front here, we can see NEXPOW jump starter, and that's what the device is going to look like. On the side here, we can see that it can jump start up to 20 times per charge, assuming probably a smaller engine. Of course, if you have a big V8 diesel, it's not going to start at 20 times, but maximum 20 times, which is cool. It can also charge USB devices like mobile phones and tablets and digital cameras. Basically anything that uses USB can be charged with this, which is sweet. There's also a lot of safety built in, so you have short circuit protection, low voltage protection, overheat protection, that's great. And of course we have an LED that's built in and can be used for SOS and other things as well. A little bit more information on it. This is the version that has 2500 amps of peak current. That's definitely not a small amount. And on this side, it just shows us how to actually start the car. So that's pretty cool. We'll do that in just a couple of minutes. Plug it in, connect the battery, making sure you do the correct one first. Start the car, unplug it. That's it. And a little bit of actual specifications here at the bottom. That's the model number that I'm reviewing, and that's the rated power. But let's open it up and see what comes inside. All right, so as we can see, it comes in this cool hard shell protective case. Obviously, it's soft to the touch, but there's some structure behind it, so it's not going to, get crushed by something if you throw this in the trunk of your car. All right, so it's definitely not big as far as the size, but it is on the thicker size from the ones that I've reviewed before. But that just tells me there's actually, that much power built into it, which is great. All right, what do we have on the side here? We got USB 3.0, USB 2.0. We got USB-C, so we have, those are both outs, and this is going to be an in. So for charging this device, and this is for charging your devices. And the DC out is going to be a 12-volt output for plugging in things like a tire inflator or something like that. And this little door here is going to be for actually starting the car. Okay, then we have the on-off switch. We have the user manual, so it's going to tell you how to use the device. Of course, how to start the car and what other options it has, what the LEDs mean, so that's kind of important. What else we got in here? We have the actual charging cables. I like that these are protected. You don't have any exposed terminal wire or clamp on the outside. So this is, plastic on the outside. If you touch it, you're not going to get a shock. Not that 12 volts would be dangerous, but still. You got your USB-C. And this is a cool thing that not a lot of these devices offer. This is to plug in your cigarette lighter devices. So you can basically power anything that you could power in a car. Very cool. Let's go downstairs, plug it in, and see how well it works. So I've been driving with a dying battery in this BMW 335 just because I don't want to replace it yet, and it hasn't really given me a lot of trouble. But if you listen to music in the car for about 10 minutes, this will most likely happen. As you can see, there isn't enough power to fully start the car. So let's go ahead and jump the car and see how much easier it will allow us to start it. Luckily, the instructions are actually here on the back of the cables. As you can see, if it's just blue, that means it's ready to connect to the battery. If it's blue and green, all connections are right and we can start the engine. And basically, if it's anything else, you're either connected incorrectly or it's not going to be able to start your vehicle. So we're going to plug it into this port on the device. There you go, it's in, and you can see we have just the blue light, so now we can connect it to the vehicle. The way we do that is we connect negative first. This is going to be our negative terminal right here. And the positive terminal is just right there, so I'm going to plug that in as well. As you can see, that turned blue and green, so it's ready to start the car. Now I'm going to bring you with me, and we're going to try starting the car. All right, the key's in ignition. Let's see if it works. And there you go. The car is now started. Now we have to disconnect it from the battery within 30 seconds. And done. Looks like we've used maybe a quarter of the charge, but this wasn't all the way charged. I used it as it came in without fully charging the battery, which realistically you should do before you actually use the device. But I just wanted to show you how this works, guys. All right, so let's talk about what I really like about this device and what could be improved. I do like that it has 2500 amp peak current, so that's gonna allow us to start, heavy duty engines like a diesel and things like that, or a V8 engine, like gas powered engine as well. It also has 22,000 milliamp hour capacity, so that allows you to charge a lot of devices. You can even charge your, laptop if you want. If it's using USB-C, you can probably do that. I do like that it has safety protection, the reverse polarity, reverse connection, over current, over load, over voltage, over charging, over discharging, short circuit, all of that stuff is included. I do like the little LED. So if you are trying to work under the engine, it's difficult to see sometimes. So you have one of those, and if you press it again, it has the flashing, slow flashing, or the red and blue. Another thing that I like about these USB ports is that it supports 5 volt, 9 volt, and actually 12 volt, which is very impressive. So that's why it allows you to actually charge a laptop. And one of the coolest things is that you can use DC output for, tire inflation and mini fridge, whatever you want to power on. Also like that it includes a carrying case, so you can just throw this in the trunk of your car or in your glove box compartment, whatever you like, and it's gonna be just fine in there. Some of the things that could be improved, well, it does take about 6 hours to charge from zero. So from 0 to 100, about 6 hours. But of course, you're never going to be really charging it from 0 to 100. You probably want to just plug it in while you're driving, after we've used it, and it'll charge itself up and it'll be fine. And another thing, I wish it had a voltage readout here. So it would tell you, hey, your battery's at like 8 volts or 9 volts or things like that. Another thing that I wanted to add is that your battery does have to have a battery installed. You cannot run your car off of this device. This is just for jump starting. And that battery has to have at least a tiny bit of charge so this can detect it and then supply power to it. And of course, it's the same for any of these smart starters. The only ones that can start a car from basically zero battery is one of those huge machines that professional mechanics use and things like that. But yeah, I was able to start my BMW 335's N54 3-liter straight 6 engine. So it's definitely powerful enough to do that, which of course I like. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you'd like to purchase one yourself, check out the links in the description. Leave your comments if you have any questions. Subscribe to the channel for a lot more automotive content, and I'll see you guys in the next one.